wild. Okay, next things next. I want to jump into the Wave XLR Pro. If you're not familiar with Elgato, which I've already talked about Elgato a good bit. If you're not familiar with Elgato, I've already talked about Elgato a couple of times on this channel, but dude, they just announced the Wave XLR Pro, which is an integrated audio matrix. They're not just letting you talk into a microphone anymore. They're actually providing you the resources and tools to be able to do like a whole entire thing. Nicholas, welcome back. Also, Valentine is on all Mac computers for the most part. Mac Studios, Mac Pros, Mac Minis, all that jazz is the move that they're on there. Okay, so Wave XLR, what is Elgato? What is Wave? Why should I even care about any of this stuff? Because, dude, they basically released a podcast setup. This is the ultimate easiest thing that you can purchase in order to have really great audio with really great inputs, outputs, all that jazz. So literally you can buy it you can connect it with your Stream Deck. It's got great voice quality. All of your devices sync together and connect together and talk together. And then you can do, you got headphone outputs. You've got 2 XLR inputs on it as well. Obviously it's got all these, like, there's so many plugins now with the Wave XLR that they're trying to just, again, make sure that your mic sounds absolutely awesome and fantastic. And there's a lot more control when it comes with it. You've got an application that can control literally everything. So you've got expanders, you've got gain control, you've got different effects, different EQs that you can do. It's basically like a full-on mixer console all in one. So it's actually pretty darn cool. So if you're trying to like upgrade your setup and continue to like take it to the next level, I think it's something definitely worth looking into. Or if you have a podcast, look at this. They've got a podcast, the ability to kind of do a little bit better of a podcast setup, which is also pretty freaking cool. But again, let's pull up the start guide. Tech specs. Okay, so 2 XLR inputs with the frequency range. You got the 135 dBs of dynamic range, which is fantastic. You got some 80 dB of digital gain. Okay, cool. So it also comes with phantom power. So for example, this microphone right here, I could power it via Le Phantom. And then you've got headphone outputs as well. You've got a line out, so you can output, and you also have a line in. So if I need to bring PC audio into it, or if I need to bring line in audio from some other device, I can do that. And then I have a line out so that I can route audio where I want to route it as well, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, so connectivity, you got 2 microphone XLRs, you got 2 headphones, you have a line input, a line output, a USB like host input output, a USB-C for that, and you also have an aux IO as well if you need to do all that jazz. Power consumption is 385 grams. I have no idea how much that actually weighs, and then there's dimensions on there as well. But it's this small little guy that packs a freaking punch, and I think that's actually a really cool thing that Elgato does, is that Elgato actually like continues to set the bar high and jump into more and more spaces that allows creators to have more control over what they're doing and how they're using all their stuff. So I think this is actually a pretty cool little product. I think it's like $350. So again, relatively cheap for what you're buying instead of like the Rodecaster 2 or all that kind of stuff. Again, I think Elgato's slowly taking steps. I think the Rodecaster has like 4 XLR inputs and 4 audio outputs, so that way you can monitor streams and actually do a podcast. But this just feels like a little bit more at home consumer, smaller product. It doesn't seem like it's going to be something that absolutely replaces a lot of the current podcasting elements that are out there and about. But I think it's just another addition to a streaming setup that gives the guys who are streaming even more control over audio and more flexibility. So it could be something that's useful at a church. Might not be the thing that I would be like my go-to. But if you haven't already checked out a bunch of the, different audio products and other products that Elgato has, they've got a bunch of different microphones. They have current interfaces. They have the Wave XLR, XLR Pro, and then they've got an XLR dock too for a Stream Deck, so you can literally plug an XLR into your Stream Deck as well. You got the Wave software here. They have microphone arms, which are actually kind of dope. I think I just bought one as well. And then they have, they're just, again, trying to dive more into making streamer audio even more accessible and easy to use. Obviously, if you haven't used the Stream Deck, golly gee, you're missing out. I did a whole entire thing on the Stream Deck as well. But this actually is something I'm pretty interested in, is the Galleon 100 SD. So this is a new, it's from Corsair. It's like a Corsair Elgato kind of collaboration, which is pretty dope. And so they've actually integrated a Stream Deck into a keyboard. So that's kind of dope, because as I'm working with certain stuff, like this is my keyboard right here. It's like a little 10 keyless little guy right here. Click it. It's nice and creamy and all that jazz, which is wonderful. But this has the thing integrated into it. So you got some knobs on the top right, but then you also have all the Stream Deck buttons on the bottom right as well, which again, it's just pretty freaking cool the way that they're integrating. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have this out here before. And look, creamy keystrokes. That's what you love to see. But again, this Elgato Stream Deck, the Galleon 100 SD, which is the Stream Deck built into a keyboard, seems like it'll be pretty stinking cool. Like I can literally pause and play my music from here. I can turn things up or down. I can gain my mic up or down. I can have various control over different inputs and outputs. And really, whatever a Stream Deck does, it is built into the keyboard now, which is, again, I think that's pretty freaking cool. The fact that you'll be able to have just that much flexibility there on the right side. If you're not into Stream Decks and all that stuff, maybe it's something worth looking into. I think this is the only version of it so far. Actually, I just ordered the Stream Deck Plus. Oh, there's the Stream Deck Plus XL. Okay, this one's $350. I just ordered, I think it was this one maybe? No. Wait, did I actually order that one? I need the XL. Look at this bad boy. Holy cow. 36 keys and 6 dials. That's what you want right there. That's the bad boy that I'm talking about, is the move. Like, look at this thing. You can adjust all your microphones. You can do all your custom controls and presets. You could do so much, like I said, with this. I think I just bought this one, actually. I'm not going to lie. Which I think is fine for me. But I wanted this one right here. I want the big dog, the $349 one. So I might actually go back and purchase that and just kind of give a nice little review so you guys can be like, hey, yo, Shep, what are we twerking with? I also have a Camlink 4K. Here's another option for streaming, is if you have a DSLR like this. I'm going HDMI out of this camera into my Camlink 4K, and that's how I'm getting, I want that big boy, bro, same. That's how I'm getting this HDMI out into my computer for the FX30 to be able to go into here. So again, streaming could be as simple as literally, something like a Camlink 4K that's going into OBS and doing all the things. Here's an example of it. This is like a micro USB or mini HDMI to HDMI into the Camlink, and then Camlink is USB into the camera or into the computer, like it's showing right here. But again, so many different products. This is $100. So many different products that really just help simplify your life. I also technically have, I have this right here. I have an HD. I have the 4KX. Actually, I actually have this. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I haven't used this in a minute, but I've got the 4KX right here. And this is basically for video capture. So you can do HDMI in, HDMI out, and then it basically does video capture, so then you can stream using it. So if I wanted to capture my Xbox or capture a PlayStation or some other video device that's HDMI in, technically this camera could have been HDMI into this as well. This one's $249 right now. And oh wait, Chat Link Pro. I've never seen this. Lets you stream or record voice and gameplay audio. Oh, that's cool too. That's actually sick. So you're set. So you can do chat and gameplay through for a console, which is easier to capture and do all the things through. Okay. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I didn't realize they also came out with a light strip. That's actually kind of dope. I want dotless though. I don't want this. I want a dotless light strip, because I do need a light strip for down here. Look down here. This is all dinkiness down here. I need something up here that's colorful and cute. Anyways, that's all I have for that today. Again, I wanted to kind of just talk about some of the products that, again, Elgato's coming out with. The Wave XLR is the newest one. The Wave XLR Pro. Wavelength 3 is the newest one that they're coming out with over here on this side of things. So check it out. If you haven't already dove into a lot of the Stream Deck stuff, you might want to do it and get right into that. So okay, that is pretty much it for the stream today. That's all I got. I got to go edit some videos and continue doing some work on things. But for real, appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Make sure, if you don't already, hit that notification button so you know when we go live. I'm trying to stream 2, 3, 4 times a week. I'm not trying to put a schedule out there because your boy is ADHD, so I don't know how to pull up on my own stuff. So we'll continue to get after it. I'll try to make sure that we have topics that are relevant, that are real, that are helpful, that we can dive into, that we can kind of look at, and then maybe we'll do some gaming stuff. I need to play Resident Evil Requiem. I think that'd be actually really fun to play on stream and hang out with the homies, and for me to get absolutely cooked at some Resident Evil, because I haven't played any of those games in a really long time. But anyway, appreciate you guys. We'll have another, I'll be back on here live in a little bit. But again, thanks so much for pulling up on stream. Also, I need to figure